saw the hottest man I've ever seen at a Trader Joe's today, and I didn't know how to process it. He walked into my aisle, and we made eye contact, and I immediately had a visceral physical response to turn the fuck around, put my things down. I only had like two things, and just walk away as fast as I could, far away from this man. It was like a flight or fight response. And I walked outside, and I turned the corner, and I sat on a bench next to a homeless man until I thought he was gone. And I was all hot, and I was flushed. And it felt good to feel like butterflies again, and like so giddy and girly and hormonal. It's like good to know it's possible, but also that's not the kind of thing I'm trying to feel in a relationship. So I just wanted to get as far away from it as I can, and it's been a very interesting experience for me that's how I reacted.
First thing, bro, you cannot let a broad know how you feel right off the bat. Like you opening up your heart to her, spilling your guts, letting her know how much you like her. Y'all been watching too many movies, man. That works if you watch the movies. But in real life, man, as soon as you meet a broad and you let her know how much you like her, man, first of all, what are you doing? You're walking up to these broads, letting them know, like, hey, I like you. It don't work, man. She just gonna swerve you. She just gonna keep wasting your time. She just gonna keep making excuses whenever you try to take her out. She gonna go out with you for a free meal. Know what I'm saying? You're gonna be her meal ticket. Maybe she ain't got nothing to eat for 24 hours, whatever.
I want to know how true this is, because I've heard that women will only date men who have dad bods when they're looking for a long-term relationship. They see men who have dad bods as someone who is not going to cheat on them because they're not as attractive to other women. But what I've also heard is that women who want a short-term relationship, they're always going to pick a man who's in great shape and who's very attractive.
And now she's looking at you like a meal ticket. That's what you're going to get. And in the end, you ain't getting no box, you ain't getting no play, nothing. You got to keep her on her toes. All right? They do not like stuff as a straight line. That's why they like these romance novels and all this, because it keeps them on their toes. She cannot know what you're thinking. She cannot know how much you like her. You feel me? You cannot do that with these bras, man. Maybe 20 years ago, you can do that. But with social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all this, it done got to their head. You feel me? It done got to their head that a man's supposed to chase, a man's supposed to, be in touch with his feminine side. First of all, what the hell is that? What is the feminine side? Pillow talking, laying up in bed with her all day, pillow talking, eating popcorn, watching reruns of Seinfeld and all this. You're supposed to be out here on your grind. Yeah, you can give her some time a day, The only time you should be chatting with the chick, do not be chatting with him on text. The only time you should be chatting with the chick, you're trying to set up something, you're trying to set up a date, you feel me? You're trying to let her know, hey, when we gonna meet, here's where we gonna meet, here's why I'm finna take you out, that's it. Do not be wasting time trying to let her know how much you like her, man. It doesn't work like that, all right? You got to make her wonder. You got to make her think, oh, does he like me? You feel me? She got to be chasing your validation, all right? Second thing, man, do not be chatting with her on text, like I said. Do not be hitting her up all day, all night. She chatting about the weather. She chatting about what's going on in the world. She chatting about, mundane BS. And best believe she gonna sit here and chat with you all day. A broad can sit here, chat with you all day about straight BS, about nothing. And you're gonna think that, oh man, I'm finna get some play in the end of it. No, you ain't, pimp. That's what they good at. They good at wasting time, First thing y'all need to understand, man, they good at wasting time, man. They do not think like men. You know, man, you be thinking, oh man, how I'm finna get some bread up, how I'm finna set some business up, you know.
Simply because I'm too lazy to move, I'm coming to you from the place where all the magic happens. My bed. Dad bods are hot for the following reasons. Reason number one, they're comfortable. Snuggling up to a guy with a six-pack is like putting on a pair of stilettos. They look hot, but feel like shit. Also, it's just not sustainable. Dad bods to me also say I'm looking for something serious. Six-packs just don't scream I'm in love with you. They scream I'm in love with myself. And sorry, but I just require a lot more attention than that. Also, fun fact, dating.com did a poll this past spring where they surveyed 2,000 people. And of those 2,000 women surveyed, 75% said that they preferred a man with a dad bod. Facts, y'all. Also, when I see a guy with chiseled abs, I'm not like, oh look, a really nice guy that's probably gonna treat me really well. I think to myself, oh look, a guy that's probably gonna cheat on me and has a secret family of 4 that he's providing for in another state. That last one.
A man should always only be using social media for business, networking. You're trying to get something off the ground. That's it. Do not be using social media to chit-chatting with broads, hitting up broads. And do not be using dating apps, man. Do not be using dating apps trying to get out with the chick. It doesn't work. They only out here, hypergamy is real. A lot of you don't want to accept it, but it's real. They just out here looking for the next meal ticket. The next dude who's finna take her out with her funky ass friends on a yacht, The dude who finna set a party up so they can get drunk and all this. That's what they looking for, man. They ain't looking for something real. You dig? So if you got a broad right now and you're trying to figure out if she like you or not, bro, do not chat with her. Do not try to hit her up, chatting about mundane BS. Just try to set something up off rip. Try to set up a date. If she flake, then you know. You feel me? You just gotta ignore her. Even after you done took her out on a date, do not be chatting her like, hey, did you reach home safe? Oh, are you good? Nah. Do not be asking her, oh, how's the day? Did you have fun? Nah, man. If you got the crib and she hit you up, she like, hey, did you reach home safe and all that? Just be like, yeah, get some rest. That's it. Don't talk about a date, all right? Y'all need to understand, the more you ignore these chicks, the more they gonna keep chasing you. You gotta make them chase your validation. That's just facts, man. This ain't the movies. Forget the movies, forget the romance novels. Forget all the movies you be watching on Paramount Plus. In the real world, the more you ignore these chicks, the more they're going to be infatuated with you, all right? So do not sit chatting her, trying to chat with her all day about nothing. And you wonder why she's flaking on you. You wonder why, every time you're trying to invite her out, every time you're trying to take her out, either she shows up late or when she shows up, nothing happens. Y'all just chit-chatting about her life. She can go on about her life, her friends, her gossiping all day about nothing. She can do that with you. But in the end, what you gonna get? Nothing. Always try to get that tension going, all right? And another thing y'all need to know, bro, with this social media age, broads be getting validation for free. When she logging on Instagram, she getting validated. When she logging on Snapchat, on Facebook, she getting validation. So what you doing trying to give her validation for free out here in the real world? She already getting that from all these simps on the dating apps. You don't gotta line up. It's like y'all trying to line up for these broads just to give out free validation. You know what I'm saying? Like some Oprah type ish. Oh, you get validation here, you get validation there. Don't be going on. They Instagram, y'all already know. They be posting what y'all call it, thirst straps. And as soon as you see that, you go in her comment section, leaving her emojis, oh, you so fine, you so beautiful. What you doing, man? Why you lining up? That's why you can't get the bras that you want because you're too busy giving that validation. You're not focusing on your purpose. You're not focusing on yourself. And that's why when you're in the real world, you can't get with that kind of broad. That broad you leaving comments on Instagram, when you see them in the real world, you can't get with her because in your mindset, you already think that she out of your league. You feel me? You can't be thinking like that, man. If you're following any Instagram models,
small penises. Because why are you there every day? Don't you have hoes to text? Why does the staff know you by name? Like, why are they greeting you like a coworker? Something is off. Like, 3 to 4 days makes sense, but any amount after that, you're overcompensating. Like, you have to be overcompensating for something that you lack, and I know exactly what you lack. Lame. Y'all don't realize that the real riz comes from personality. Like, do y'all know who Jeannie Buss is married to? Jay Moore, a comedian. Because he uses jokes to get inside that multi-million-dollar box. Y'all are worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about muscles. You should be worried about jokes. You think your macros are gonna get you a bad bitch? No. Like, what is your personality outside of protein powder? Like, seriously, what would happen if someone takes your shaker bottles away? Withdrawals? Probably. And that's another thing y'all need to accept. Pre-workout is just cocaine. It is. Honestly, if you go to the gym that much, I think I'm just...
you gotta unfollow that. You gotta stop that. You're supposed to be on your grind. Y'all don't want to hear the truth, man. Y'all just want to live in la la land. Y'all just want to keep thinking like, oh, maybe if I validate her, she gonna get with me. If I let her know how much I like her, she gonna get with me. No, it ain't happening. That broad you chasing, Billy, she out here chasing Tyrone. And that's just facts. Because Tyrone ain't validating her. Tyrone ain't giving her his time of day. Anytime he pull up, he just feel lady pop and dip. But you, Billy, you want to lay down with her all day, cuddling, talking about her day. You want to eat popcorn with house slippers on, eating bonbons and all this, talking about nothing. That's why you can't get with these bras, man. Because you too busy focusing on the wrong thing. You ever wonder, soon as you level up, why these bras, they be chasing you, they be eyeing you, they always trying to be getting with you because they can see that this is a man on his grind. This is a man who got something going on. So I want to get with him so I can get a piece of that.
Only girl who is scared of like overly attractive men. And I'm not talking about men that are handsome, just like goatee is my thing, like a goatee and a beard is my thing, but like the men who have like the sharpest jawline, the clearest skin, the most perfect hairline, like I don't know why, but I'm terrified of it. And like I could never be with someone like that. I like my guys like clean cut and like handsome and all of that, but they have to have like they have to be rough around the edges, and I don't know if that makes sense because they can't be like perfect, but like when you're too perfect, it's scary.
But she ain't gonna get nothing. The only piece she gonna get is down low. That's it. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no Birkin bags, ain't no Gucci bags, ain't no Prada, nothing. That's how you go. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Do not be chasing broads all day, all night. Like you back in junior high, you chasing skirt. You supposed to be out here chasing this paper. They ain't going nowhere, man. They ain't going nowhere. And you better not be teaming up with some cocoa butter. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all just want to lay in bed all day, teaming up with some cocoa butter. You dig? Then as soon as you bust in you're like, all right, I'm good. I don't need no broads. No, you still need to get with some broad, man. You still need to get with, feel something real. But you ain't got to go about it the wrong way, chasing them. If you got any dating apps, you got to delete that. You got to be out here trying to get with somebody in a real way, man. Because best believe, the more you ignore her, it don't matter if she a dime, she a 10 or whatever she is. Yeah, I heard that saying. It don't matter how hot she is. There's somebody out there tired of her BS, and that's real right there. Don't see your broad and be like, oh man, she's so hot. I can wait to get that box. Nah, you just gotta keep it real with yourself. You just gotta be, step up as a man. Keep your game, get the number, hit her up later on, be like, hey, so can I take you out? Can I take you somewhere nice? We can get something to eat, whatever. If she flake, you done with it. If she playing games, you text her, in the morning, she texting you the next day in the afternoon. Nah, we ain't got time to play no games, man. Soon as she try to flake on you, soon as she try to play them games with you, them mind games, you done. On the next one. Don't waste time on these broads, alright?